We're live.
Hey everyone. It seems like is my audio on? Is it working?
Yep, can hear you loud and clear.
Hey, today guys, we're going to be breaking down some of the news with the CFTC. It's really positive for the space. We're going to be talking about AI, and we're just going to be talking about some of the new developments that have been happening. Chris?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I was just having a thought, and I've got to get it out of my head before I lose it. But I was thinking as we're introing and coming into the space about, when you watch the news and it cuts off at the end, but the music comes on and they're just talking to each other. I was looking at you thinking that would be funny. Just pretend to talk to each other.
Well, it's funny. I was
Yeah,
looking
watch the
at
stream.
I was looking at the X broadcast and I didn't notice it was like 15 seconds behind. So I was thinking to myself, did we screw the stream up? What's going on here? So yeah, I think one of the biggest things right now that's happening in the space is the developments with the CFTC. So if you guys don't know what the CFTC is, it's a major regulatory body here in the States for crypto. And it's the Commodities Futures Trading Commission. And basically what they're allowing is people to straight up list their tokens on the exchange and then regulate it. So that regulation that we've been asking for years is finally actually happening with a major regulatory body here in the States.
Yeah, and it's I think it's going to bring more eyes onto Bitcoin, not just Bitcoin, but crypto in general. Make us look a lot more serious because we're going from Bitcoin just being a trade type token to just becoming a part of the financial infrastructure. So it's just broadening our horizons and just opening a lot more doors for not just the traders within crypto, but for the workers as well.
Yeah. I think there's another delay on this audio. Give me a sec. Yeah, I saw Mario Nafal. He was streaming about it earlier, right? And I mean, here, let me pull up some of the news.
Do you know I've never sat in on one of his streams?
Really?
Yeah, I've watched the videos, but I've never actually sat and watched a live stream.
I think it's great because he's kind of at the intersection of, not just crypto, but also tech and mainstream conversations. I mean, he's had Elon in his spaces. I'm pretty sure he's had Trump in his spaces, which definitely helps move the conversation forward to what we have today. So yeah, guys, with the CFTC, the acting chairman has announced a pilot program for Bitcoin and ETH to be used as collateral in the derivatives markets. So this is big news because it legitimizes our space. It allows for more utility around Bitcoin and ETH. And it's just one of the other, major developments that's happening right now, right? Like with the Fed, us getting, a little Coinbase advisor as the potential Fed chair, interest rates coming down, adoption peaking. Just a lot of these things are kind of happening at once, and it's great for our space.
It's incredibly great, and the fact that they're not just taking someone in office and saying go deal with that, they're actually looking around the space is incredible. And her account has actually boosted like times 100. If you go look at her account, her ex account, she's
The
getting
CFTC chair?
yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I think it was Brian Armstrong actually commenting on it earlier. But here's another one. I think Brian Armstrong met Trump, didn't he?
He's been meeting with Trump. He's been meeting with. I mean, he met with Larry Fink, the founder of BlackRock. They're all aiming to get tokenization for all of the entire stock market, and that's probably going to be done through Coinbase. So yeah,
I mean, I don't know if Brian likes me that much because I just comment on his head every post. It gets such good engagement, and he liked it once, so I just go every time.
Nice. Nice.
But imagine just having Trump in your stream, though. Can you imagine that? Like, or Elon? I don't know what would be more bullish on that. I don't know what would be more bullish, having Trump or Elon. Probably Elon.
Just because both of them someday.
Yeah, just because the conversation would be so interesting.
Absolutely,
because Elon's a bit bizarre.
Well, let's kind of move on to our next topic. So trading agents, that's a major trend right now. People are developing trading agents, basically AI agents that are gonna trade for you in the market. And personally, I don't think it's gonna end well for a lot of people. You gotta you already have to have risk management for yourself personally, right? But then you're going to have to program these AI agents to have that risk management. It's very difficult to do that. But what are your thoughts, Chris?
I mean, if I can copy someone else's, then it's all good. But if I just relied on my own knowledge with it, then I would lose everything within a day. But it's brilliant. I love it. I've always wanted. So I've said about this. I won't say the name of the project, but there was a project years ago that said they were doing this, and this was 2023. They said they were actually doing this, but they weren't. It was just one guy behind a computer, and then he took the money. But I was thinking, that's a lot of money as well. I'm not talking about a couple of million. I'm talking about a couple of 100 million he took. But
yeah,
at the time I was like, wow, this is incredible. If they've actually got this built into their systems, there's no way we can lose. And the thing is, it was speaking for itself, because you would go into a 35% API, 100% API, and he was getting the money every single week. So I was like, this is brilliant.
Well, that reminds me of Builder AI. So they were all over the news a couple months ago. This company, they raised tens of millions of dollars, and people thought, I mean, they were very legit. But then it turns out that it's not AI that was building for people. It was 700 Indians.
You're kidding.
I'm not even kidding. So,
I mean, if it gets the job done.
Well, it was considered a unicorn, right? Microsoft backed them. It was supposed to be, world-changing AI. Yeah. And then someone figured out this isn't AI. Like, there's legit 700 Indians running.
Wait, how long did they get away with that for?
I think it was at least a couple of years, because they were in 2023. They're valued for 2.3 billion. Right,
that's brilliant.
They even named it Natasha. Kind of going off of some of Scarlett Johansson's roles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that Bloomberg investigated them, and they found out what they were doing. They're overstating revenues, round tripping, washing funds, it looks like.
That's crazy that they lasted 2 years. Is considering we live in a world where we check out everything to make sure it's not AI now, or to check that if it is. It's like every video that comes out, if it looks just that tiny bit bizarre, I'm watching it like 10 times just to make sure it's not AI before I comment on it and go, wow.
Yeah, like there's the video, I mean, Alex Karp doing the dips on the chair, and everyone's like, "Is this AI?" And like, no one actually knows if it's AI or not.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
some of them you can tell, if there's Trump sitting on the toilet eating a sandwich, you kind of know it's AI. You give it a few more years, maybe it'll be real. Um, but yeah, some videos that it's just getting so hard to tell. I'm sure there'll be an app though where you can put a video through to check if it's AI. I
I
wonder if that's a thing.
there's a lot of companies developing that. I actually thought about it a couple weeks ago because all the companies developing it, basically they have an AI engine, and this engine runs the image or the video through, and it's like, is this an AI? Right? That's how it thinks about it.
Mm,
And the thing is, new models are going to be so good that older models can't detect if that new model is AI, right?
yeah.
There's pictures out there now where you have no clue if it's AI or not. So I was thinking about this. I'm like, man, the way you could solve this is have a proof of origin, right? Like provenance for images, for videos, where people have to upload it from a blockchain app directly from their camera. And that could be I think that's like pretty much the only solution we've got to all the AI slop that's coming out is proof of origin. Is it tied to this exact device through the blockchain, and you can verify that with like a zero knowledge proof? Because otherwise, I think we're kind of cooked. I mean, we're gonna have to go back to actually interacting face to face pretty soon.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's scary in a way because I mean, when I spoke to an AI developer, back in the beginning years of AI, he came in and said he quit because he was worried with how it was progressing and where we would end up in a few years' time. Um, and he came out and said it's going to get to a point where it can't be detected, whether it's AI or not. So, um, say if I lost my words. So, say if someone committed a crime or didn't commit a crime, you could frame them to put them there through video or imagery with how good it's going to get.
Yeah.
How are they going to detect it? Especially with an image, because then you just screenshot it, delete everything else, and it can't be detected. It can't be
Well,
traced
it's
back.
it's like that meme. It's like you in 2030 when the judge shows perfect 4K video of you committing the crime, right? And I think that's the provenance aspect is what's going to fix it, right? Tied to an exact device. That device has an
Mm.
exact identifier on the blockchain, and that way you can't create something with an API and release it and people treat it seriously. I think we're going to have to tie everything on chain in order to fix the problem. So
Yeah, I mean, us.
yeah.
So, go on, you go.
Well, because I was looking, I'm like, man, someone should build this thing. Like, could you
Mm.
vibe code an app where you get on your phone, it's tied to the blockchain, you take a picture, you can upload it, and then you have the verifiable proof. But I mean, I'm a lot more optimistic than I was because when I did the research, there's a lot of projects that are actually building that right now. Thankfully.
I wonder. It must take a long time then, because I saw. I swear I saw stuff about this a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
So it just must be extremely difficult. I mean, I saw again back in 2023, we was on a space, and this girl came in and said, "I'm going to make a song," and she said, "I need you to talk for 30 seconds and you to talk for 30 seconds." She took that 30-second clip and then came back with the song. It's sang exactly like it was them, sounded just like them, with the pauses, the breaths they take in, like it sounded exactly like them. That was 2023. So imagine what it's like now, where you can actually send
Oh
these
yeah.
agents into spaces and actually have video.
Yeah. Well,
It's
and
become incredible.
it's accelerating, right? Because the proliferation and adoption of these AI models, and I think, one of the trends I see in the space, just going back to the trading agents topic, is also agents that can raid, right? They'll raid a space, they'll boost it, and their actions are so human-like and they're verified that they're able to trick a lot of these anti-bot mechanisms. So, and that's not a good thing, right?
Mm.
Like hopefully the biggest trending projects in the space over the next 3 to 6 months, they're not just AI slop that's, pushed by this essentially slop army, right?
Yeah, definitely don't want that to be coming in. But I'm sure that a lot of these like social networking systems that have the capability to make sure that doesn't happen in the first place, because they'll be working with AI to make sure that doesn't happen, right? It just depends who comes in first.
Yeah.
And that's what it comes down to.
Yeah, I hope we get the open, accelerated future where people own their AI, they own their data, and not the one where, we have techno oligarchic companies that they just run everything.
Yeah.
We gotta get the middle ground where people own their stuff. But kind of on to the next topic here. So uh we're gonna be talking about the crypto mood ring and whether or not I mean, I know I probably wouldn't get one of these. I don't know about you, Chris. But it seems like a great way to always be anxious. About the market.
It's exactly that. I
Mm.
mean, I think it looks really cool, but in the bear market, it's just going to be red, right?
Well, and it's funny because, like, let's say this company partners with Aura Ring, the health ring company. Every time it turns red, like they're gonna notice that heart rates increase, and it's not good for the user, right? And then when it turns green again, it's like, oh, okay, heart rate's going down. So
Yeah, I mean, the best thing to do is just say it's bugged out. If it's red, have a screenshot of Bitcoin at 120K, and then it'll level out. It'll be fine. That's
well,
why. Do you ever do that? You just ignore it, ignore everything that's going on. If it's a bad day,
I mean, I think anyone here can relate if they've been in the space for like 4 or 5 years. Like at a certain point, you just get numb,
hmm
right? Like that meme chart. Well, it's basically a meme at this point, but there's a reason why there's the disbelief stage, because the market will crap on you so much. You get stuck down here, and then when it starts to go back up, you don't really believe it because you're all numbed out.
you it's I believe it for that, and I believe you get numbed out as well for losing money. You really do. Like you
Yeah.
just get used to it. You just get to a point where you're like, I was expecting that to go, you know. And then when you get a win, that's when you get excited. For you know,
Well,
at least
and
that's how I am.
it's these like different narratives too. If you got in the space in like 2021, 2022, you were focused on utility projects, right?
Yep.
But then in 2024, like the meme coin casino blew up. So it's like it's difficult because you're in on one narrative. I mean, let's not even talk about NFTs, right? But you're in on one narrative and you see a lot of adoption, it's starting to do great. But then the extractors come in, it's extracted, and then it's on to the next one. So you got to be, proactive, or, I mean, just hold on and hope for the utility to come, right?
There. I mean, you have to take your hats off to the projects that survive a bear market. and come out the other end with what they said they would build, because that is tough to just carry on going in the bear. Like last cycle was brutal. It really was. And I did see a lot of projects obviously end up needing to retire their project. But then later on, I'm seeing people taking their idea now and going, that's too good to die, and then bringing that back as well. But yeah, really hats off to the projects that survive the bear markets, because you really need to have a thick skin.
Absolutely. Well, and I mean, building the space for years, I know exactly how it is, right? And a lot of these projects, you know, if they really pump in a bull market, they're going to be taking out the funds and they're just going to chill in a bear market. You know, but not doing that, just building through the entire process. I know what it's like. So hats off. I mean, everyone who's built through that bear market.
Even just starting in the bear, like you can't, you know, I did see a project that came in and said, "No, it's easy. We're devs. We don't need money," you know. And then I think they got about a year in, and then they were like, "Oh yeah, I see what you mean now." When I said you can't go a year with nothing and just come in with zero, it just doesn't work. You can't build a team on it. You can't please your community. And I think they realized that and end up quitting until things are good again. But you know, it happens.
Yeah. Well, let's kind of bridge over, you know, we're talking about the different market cycles here. Now, with all these macroeconomic events coming in, right? Much better Fed chair, lower interest rates, CFTC starting to adopt crypto, right? One of our main topics today. Is the space starting to heat up again, or, you know, are we in sort of a chop still?
I mean, I'm seeing nothing but activity still. You know, it started to slow down a bit. I think on I look for the main activity over on X, as everyone does. You know,
Yeah.
and where I'm not seeing that slow down, even when Bitcoin is going down and down, you know, or just staying level or below like 100, it's a good sign. And I'm seeing new people come on every day. I'm getting engagement from people that I didn't even know were into crypto, and they're just saying, "Yeah, I've just seen this news today. That's got me involved." So we are seeing, the people coming in, and we're seeing the numbers rise, even though in previous years you probably wouldn't have seen it.
Yeah. I think one of the big things that's going to be shaking things up is RWA, right? And it's funny. I feel bad for all the NFT homies who went in on those, because I mean, what NFTs were is the precursor to RWA. Because you look at RWA and those individual assets, they're non-fungible tokens, but they're staying away from the word NFT completely, even though technically a lot of them are, right? So, like, for example, we got Andy here talking about Maple. And I mean, you can just see a lot of these things happening, like BlackRock's going into RWA. There's many people just wrapping these assets and putting them on chain because it makes them much more liquid. So especially gold. I mean, that's one of the other things I'm seeing is RWA with gold. So back in the day, I worked with a project called Kinesis, and they're still killing it. They have tokens that are backed by gold. But you also see RWA happening with real estate properties. That's one of the episodes we got coming out. So that's a big flood coming into the space, and whoever can position themselves accordingly, I think will definitely be rewarded for it.
So is the NFT bubble completely burst? Is that just gone forever?
I think NFTs as they were are definitely, I mean, I think they'll return to like 20% of the floor value. Like the real NFTs, like the actual technology being utilized
Yeah.
is through RWA. Right. I don't know about another narrative where people freak out about JPEGs that are tokenized when there's actual houses being tokenized, actual
And
assets being
cars
tokenized.
are being tokenized.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
Exactly.
It like you can go in and get any like the top cars in the world and be a part of that car. Yeah, I think it's incredible.
Yeah,
So,
well,
so yeah, I can see why.
yeah, I mean, Jamie Dimon's talking about it. Yeah, I personally, I think that's one of the narratives I'm most excited about, right? Especially, being from the States, there's so many assets here that are illiquid, right? You look at the housing market, a lot of it's not as liquid as it should be. You look on the commodity side of things, like where I'm from, people are running. There's wells everywhere for natural gas, for oil. And if you applied some RWA to that, I mean, quickly, for example, you could have a token that's literally pumped by machines that are pumping oil. And as that oil is sold and hauled off, that token is rewarded off of that. There's a lot of unique use cases I've seen with it.
I look forward to seeing what's going to come from it all. I was one of the, the unfortunate ones that went into NFTs quite big in 2022. So
at least you didn't buy a Bored Ape, right?
Oh, I mean, what's the value of that now?
The Bored Ape floor price. Let me look it up. It's probably not doing too hot.
Because that's what got me into NFTs. Like when I started looking into stuff like that, I was like, wow, it can be this.
Yeah. Let's look it up.
The biggest people in the space are getting these NFTs. They must be amazing.
Yeah, and I wonder how down it is from all-time high.
I mean, it depends. It depends, doesn't it? The floor out all-time high, or the random sell-offs where people are spending millions on one. It was crazy.
Yeah, let's look at CryptoPunks because I think that was above Bored Ape. So you still got a healthy floor price, 30 ETH, but I think the floor in the past was, yeah.
Are they still going regular?
30. Yeah, this is all within the. I can't tell because you don't have the dates here.
Oh.
But you can see it's like 50 ETH, 40 ETH, 50 ETH, right? Now it's at 30. Here we go. We got 1 day floor price right here. I'd love to see a chart. That would be really sick. But, oh no. Bored Ape Yacht Club's floor is currently around 5.5 ETH. Down roughly 96%. Terrible.
Oh, imagine owning one of them.
Well,
imagine, right, that you've got one for cheap, because there was someone that sold it for dead cheap. They accidentally put it in for like 1 or 10 ETH or something like that, and they meant to put another 0 or 2 on it or something silly, and it just went very cheap. But imagine getting that.
Like, we have 5.5 ETH floor price. Past 24 hours, 34 ETH volume, but they were, up here like 400K was the floor, and now it's 18.
Yeah. So imagine going like finally, yeah, you make some money in crypto and you think, I'm going to invest this in Bored Ape Club. Yeah. You go in and you buy all-time high And then you just sit back. A few years later, you go back in, you look at your wallet and go, damn.
Well, it's crazy because when you think about it, like in the moment of insane euphoria and the space is really popping off and everyone is listening to what you have to say, everyone's into crypto, your uncle who's not employed is asking, what should he put his money in for 100x, right? You don't think about how you felt at the bottom of the bear market, right? So, I mean, you go into a lot of stuff like this, right? When, you should try to stay steady, try to look at the utility of things, try to not be super euphoric or super depressed about the market.
Yeah.
Because then you get things like this where it's like tulip mania, right? You put 400,000 in on a JPEG on chain, and now it's worth 18.
I mean, it was the excitement of things as well, and the community based around it. Like the community of all of the high NFTs, like they just become so tight. And you still see them now. They're still on X. They're still going into each other's spaces. They've got an extremely high engagement rate and high following. So even just from that, they're probably making money. Even just from owning it and having it as their PFP, they're still making money because they're making money on X. So, it might even out a bit. It depends really on.
I hope it does.
I don't know the numbers of what Elon's given.
I hope it does. With that, you being from the UK, I kind of wanted to go on to our next topic. So, just regulation that's happening there. Is it a good thing? Is it more Orwellianism? What are your thoughts?
I mean, I don't know what I can say and what I can't say on a stream.
No.
I'll just give my honest opinion. I don't trust in the government's approach, just like most of the UK. Would it be a good thing, or are they trying to put cities, putting more stuff in place so they can regulate and start watching what we're doing? And that could be another side of it. They're already talking about getting the data straight from Coinbase. So, but I don't. It's one of them where I see it as a good thing and a bad thing. Like you should be paying your crypto taxes, but in the same breath, you kind of just want to do it yourself. You don't want them taking it out of your pocket, right? You don't want them deciding what they're taking. Are they going to end up taking too much or too little? There's obviously ways around it where you can check yourself. So I don't think it's needed, but there is talks about it, and I just think it's too much. I think they're going to add too much security into crypto, and it's going to ruin things.
Well, and I don't know if I'm biased because I'm American, but I see so many clips, right? I mean, people in the UK just silently praying, right? And you go to jail for that. Or, you want to defend yourself, you go to jail for that. Or guys
from the wrong thing on a stream.
Yeah, sure. I don't want to get you in trouble.
But that's be me, right?
Guys that they go to the US on vacation and they go to the range and then they come back and they're in prison for weeks. Like it's crazy. You look at, Tolkien, Churchill, men like C.S. Lewis, and it's like, what happened?
So much. You're grinning because you're like, I'm going to put him on the spot with this one. Let's see how quick it takes him to go to jail.
No, I think that, you really love the government over there. So they're a great government, right? They're fantastic.
They're incredible. They're absolutely incredible. We love inflation. We love the amount of homeless people on our streets. It's great.
Hey, no one else is gonna sleep on the street. It's open, man. All right, let's move on. What other topics we got? So I think we touched on everything, right? From institutions, right? BlackRock meeting with Brian Armstrong. And I actually let me pull that up.
Whilst you're
'Cause
pulling
I
that
don't
up,
think
did you
people
know it's been
understand
a
that.
year? Did you know it's
Yeah,
been a year since Putin said Bitcoin can never be banned?
really.
I've just
I
seen
wonder
something
if
come up
Russia's
about it.
building a reserve. I think most of their reserves in gold. So like 50% of the reserve, which is pretty crazy. Uh, so I don't
Yeah,
know
I
why
mean,
they want to be in Bitcoin.
yeah, I mean, he's pretty tight with Trump, right? So he's doing something. There was also another one about Trump we'll talk about later as well.
But check this out. I mean, we literally have, mm, I mean, Brian Armstrong meeting with Larry Fink. So they're definitely talking about tokenization of the stock market because if you look at the capitalization of BlackRock, I mean, they control trillions and trillions in assets. And they own like 6 to 7% of all the major companies on Wall Street. So that's a lot of swing. And the fact they're meeting with Brian Armstrong, I mean, he's big in our space, but from a pure money perspective, nothing like what BlackRock is. I think it's a major indicator that there's going to be a lot of growth coming in. So, or at least a lot
Yeah,
of
and
that's in stocks being tokenized.
you also can ask for a better face to be going out there and representing us. Because I don't know about you, but I never really see anything negative about Brian Armstrong. Never. Like the odd post where someone's lost money, maybe, but really nothing never negative. But you look at CZ, you look at Elon,
True. Why
um,
is that?
and I don't know. I thought about it the other day, and I just thought I never see any negativity about him or any like bad press. But you pull up CZ's name, and is you can find plenty.
I think
CZ's on a
part of it
weekly
is,
basis.
I mean, I think what people see, they see Brian Armstrong as a builder, right? He doesn't get involved in drama. Um, and then CZ's a builder too, but then, I mean, some of what Binance is doing, or what other people see them doing, is listing meme coins, listing coins that aren't good for the space. And they're like, why is this guy the head of this major exchange? And then, these meme coins are getting all the attention. And then
Yeah,
inevitably, some of them rug, right? Some of them don't
some
don't do good for the space. Some like, yeah, I don't know the percentage.
99% maybe.
um, well, I think if you really look at it now, so before Pump Fund, I think it was, I mean, a year before Pump Fund, there was like 20,000 total tokens, and now there's like 30 million, something
Yeah,
crazy like that.
it is because you can tokenize everything.
Yeah.
You can tokenize everything. Every post you put out, every image that you upload, you can tokenize it. And when you look at the average person posting 5 times a day, and all of them are tokenized through Base app or Zora, which we're live on today, by the way. We are live on Zora.
Live on
So
Zora.
hello.
Great. I wonder if we're
Yeah.
pulling in listeners, if StreamYard's counting the listeners here.
I mean, we've had a few dip in and out. It's going to take time on Zora because um, I think that they had their bubble when it burst a little bit with the streaming. I think that there was a lot of people, like when they first started streaming, jumping into their streams, but then I've seen a big decline over the last 1 to 2 weeks. So I think maybe they
The
need to do
holiday.
more.
Yeah. Well, I think it's the
Yeah.
holidays too, right? Like people, they're used to the market pumping right now, and it's not, so they're they're just staying away, right?
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that because in previous years, I'm not 100% like, because you just go day by day. A week feels like a year when you're in crypto. So I was going to say, like, you should pull up the reactor and ask it what crypto generally looks like, during
Yeah.
this time of the cycle in previous holidays, because
Usually it's up. It starts to go back up. So I think
but
part of
how
it,
far out are we? That's what I want to know.
yeah, part of why it's so hard to tell is, the stock market's doing so good. People don't want to take their money out of the stock market. Why throw it in crypto right now, right? Gold is doing so good, right?
Mm,
It's outperformed like probably 80% of the tokens in the past year. And then now you have millions of tokens. So kind of going back to that topic, right? Like in 2022, there was probably 9 to 12,000, right? And I mean,
yep.
probably 95% of the tokens were LARPs, right? So you really had like 500 to 1,500 tokens that were legit. But now with Pump Fund, other platforms, you have to fight with, I mean, there's tens of millions of tokens now. So the order of magnitude is like there's probably 10,000x the amount of tokens now. And there's only so much liquidity, right? So when people get into Pump Fund or they get on these other platforms, all this liquidity is going out.
Yep.
And then people are getting rugged again and again and again in the meme casino. It's like, why, you know, why even be in this space is what
Well,
some people are thinking, right?
they're taking something that they've invested in for a long time, right? Something that is stable, and they're going, "Wow, look at that! That's pumping." Everyone's saying, "Go in." They're going and losing it. They're coming out of something that makes sense and going into a pipe dream. you know, it's like they're thinking, "Wow, that's the next fart coin. That's the next Shiba," and they're just jumping in, and then they're losing it, and they're wondering why.
Yeah.
Even if you're going to go into it, go small. Don't go all in.
Well,
What
and
a dumb move.
people roast. There's literally a meme where they're throwing away the Intelligent Investor book, but it's such a great book because I advise everyone to read it. It really shows you how the markets are irrational, right?
Mm.
And I think if more people were, more people read that book and cared about utility, so much of our space wouldn't be getting taken up by, valueless memes that are just pump dumps over and over and over and over again on repeat,
Yeah, like
right?
it's taking the money out. It's not just taking the money out, but it's taking the people that have come in back out, because they're going, all of crypto's just scammy. They're going, then the majority of them won't come back. I've spoken to many people that were new to the space. They said, "Oh, I tried it out, but I went in on this coin called Trump for pumps, and it rugged, so I left because that was all my money." And it's like, why would you go into something like that? I do
Yeah.
love that anything can be tokenized though, and you can just think of a word and go, let's make that a coin.
Hopefully, when I look at it, hopefully 2024, early 25, what you saw at Pump Fund, hopefully it was like the NFT cycle, right? Like
Mm.
had the initial adoption curve, but now this tech will be used for legitimate assets, legitimate projects being onboarded into Web3.
I
Because
mean,
lots of people think, when the market starts to come back, like it's just going to go into memes, but I don't think so. Like, I think people are tired of that and they want to go back to utility, right?
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
E-Man, Greg,
I just wanted to get
okay.
your thought quickly on the base app and Zora, that you can tokenize your post, but then it's not just like you're putting out a joke. You can then make that into your creator coin. You can make it into a serious project where you add utility, you pay for the deck screener, you go on X and you get that. What do you think is taking out the middleman of a developer or these other launch pads that don't really offer these services?
I don't necessarily think it takes them out. And by the way, guys, so if you're just listening to the show, I've been building in the space for years. I'm CEO of Depot, CEO of Arc. Today, we're developing some very exciting AI tech. But yeah, we recently partnered with the Base app. We're going to be on there, and we're also streaming on Zora right now. So you might already be watching from Zora. But I really think what those apps do that's unique, it's not necessarily cutting out the middleman, but it brings like every single thing you do can now be monetized. So it kind of it just makes it easier to create content. It makes it easier to get the content out there because you don't have to be reliant on some distribution stream. You don't have to, for example, if you're an artist,
Exactly.
you make music, you don't have to, and I guess that's where the middleman part comes in. You don't have to be tied to a record label once this stuff's more mainstream. You can just make the content, it's tokenized, you're rewarded directly for engagement. So
Exactly.
that's the part I like about it.
That's what, and they can go live as well with their creator coin, and they can sing, they can do their art live, and they're getting rewarded for that as well in a different way. I think it's really good.
Yeah. Well, kind of
It's
going.
it's getting more artists out into crypto, so I like it because I look, I like a good artist.
Yeah. D-Man Greg, I don't know. Can you see his comment? I pulled it up here again.
Oh yeah.
It's about meme coins. A meme coin is a belief system monetized, a joke with a market cap, and a lesson waiting to be learned. I think that kind of sums up a lot of them.
I was going to say it sums up 90%, maybe.
Right. You have a few like Murad says communities with actual clout, but most of them are exactly this.
Yeah, I mean, it is a belief system, especially at the beginning, because you see the buzz over on X and you think this is the next cult. This is the next, community cult. We're going to all go in on this coin. But then it rugs and then everyone just goes quiet, So you just you see it a lot. You see it from a lot of the KOLs that go in as well, that, that they live on pump fun at the moment, a lot of them. And I don't know. They still have a reputation. Some of them.
Well, I think, and I'm just curious, just to test it out. So there's you brought up Reactor, so that's the AI model that we made here at Arc. And what we've done recently is we've pushed inference extremely fast now. So you have ChatGPT, you have your Grok, right? You're doing research out in the marketplace on different tokens, and I was like, how can we make an AI model that's native to the space? So what we've done with Reactor, so check out the pinned video on my page if you guys haven't seen it. We've trained an AI model that, when it was released, it was better than the state-of-the-art models of the day. You can see videos of it side by side. But recently we've improved it even further. So going from like 50 tokens per second. Now it's outputting 200 tokens a second, right? So I'll give you an example. Tell me the news about the CFTC today and their adoption of crypto, right? You could send a query over. I'll send it to ChatGPT first.
Yeah, give it a chance.
Give it a chance, right? Send it to Reactor. We have the answer already. All of our sources, images.
Wait, so it's just instant now?
It's sort of instant now, right? +9 videos. You have your sources. You can go direct to the different links, and it doesn't hit you with all the fluff. So one of the use cases I was thinking about is like with fast inference is, for example, let's say you are on these platforms like Pump Fund, there's hundreds of new tokens coming on board, and you can't legitimately look at all of them that fast, right? Because if you want to get a token on there, you have to be in like the first 30 seconds. You have to assess, is it unique? Does it have a website, social media? Is it bundled? Look at the bubble maps. And AI wasn't fast enough to do this before, but with Reactor, it can be, right? Like you can pop the token in, you have your prompt, it can scrape the internet and then assess these different ratios. So I think, that's something I want to do, is launch a campaign to just kind of show live how Reactor could do with that, because
that'd be good. That would be a good watch.
Yeah, because the fast inference, it has its use case when you have to make decisions incredibly quickly, right?
Yeah, our brains just can't keep up. They can't. You can't. There's no way. Everything you've just mentioned that you need to know. There's no way you can do that within the first 30 seconds. Let's be real. You can't do it within 5 minutes. Because at the moment, if you are just going in, it is just hit and hope. It really is.
Yeah.
I saw it, especially with Pump Fun. I've seen it a lot where, you've got someone going in with a really great idea, and it's what I don't like. They go in with a really great idea that people are backing, and it's showing it through the numbers. The market cap's increasing, the community is increasing. There's spaces being launched about you and your stream on Pump Fun, and then they just go. But then what's crazier is they wait a month or two, they come back, think everyone's forgot about me, and try it again. It's like you've got a good idea, just go with it. Like I saw one who's a really smart kid. Yeah, he made a project. It was called IRL, where he was going out and streaming kind of what Mr. Beast does. So he was going to shops and he was paying for people's groceries, giving them money. And I thought, oh, this kid's incredible. He's like 18 years old, 19 years old. He's really clued on. He's been into crypto since 14 years old. And then he starts breaking promises, right? So he's going to stream every day. But then it's like, oh, I'm going to stream every other day if the weather's good. Oh, why are you selling? I only took out 30K, so I've got it for the stream. It's just like you've taken a good idea, you've wrecked it, and then just because then you've not got the drive, right? So just because the price is down, you're then not going to put the work in and just know that this is a good idea, the price will come back. They're just going and giving up. I think you need more determination in this space. If you've got a good idea, keep it and just keep on trying and trying. There's just so many different ways. I just hate it that good ideas are just being ruined over and over every second.
Well, and that's kind of. I've been sitting here for like a minute, right, screen sharing this, and I can see like if you're building, especially in this side of the ecosystem, Like, no wonder.
I mean,
I mean,
look at
you
the
have
top row. It's Pepe, Pepe, Pepe. All the same.
constant
It's
copies,
crazy.
constant things, but
So it's waiting for the, and this is where you need to, like, if you was to do this, you need to do your research, because you can't
yeah,
go in and go, that's a good idea. It's already been done months ago, and now this is a copy.
yeah.
Like,
Well,
you've got to sit there for a week and go, okay, now I know every copy. I know what's unique.
yeah. Well, and that's where fast inference comes in, right? With a model.
Yep.
So, like, for example, with Reactor, I dropped in Bojack. It's another copy of a copy of a copy, right? And instantly, no social media presence, no
Mhm.
official affiliations, always verify, like no positive signals at all. Um,
I mean, it is a good feeling
these
when it
are-
bonds, though. When you get in, just hear me out on this. When you get in at like 3K and it bonds, it is a nice feeling. But it's so rare.
like, look, I'm sure people have done this meme like 1,000 times. Here, I'm just gonna paste it in here. Does it have a website, social media? Is it bundled? Nothing. Again, nothing. So, like, I'm wondering if someone built an agent, for example, just using the Reactor API,
Hmm.
could you scan all the tokens that come in and just
Oh,
instantly assess, whichever ones have websites, social media, and then those are unique? You have like a unique ratio, right? If you'd be able to kind of break this game
like, do you mean as they, like, literally, like,
as they
it
come in, yeah.
launches and then gets run through without you having to put it in? It just does it
Well,
automatic.
so
Wow, that'd
so
be
you do
crazy.
200 tokens a second now. So like if it's running constantly as these pop in, I think you could instantly assess like website and all of the other things pretty quickly. But I mean, these are all like these things are so stupid.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
mean, I
understand.
think a lot of people now, they have the smarts to look out for new crypto news, right? So if Trump and Putin are in the same room, it's going to be memed. It's going to be a coin. So they sit on Pump Fun and they wait for that first 5 or 6 to be launched. They go in and all of them very low, and then they hope that one of them hits. I think that is the main strategy that a lot of people use. They take real world
Yeah.
news, and they wait for that to be memed.
Well, yeah, like look at this. I mean, this one, it's a Vercel app, right? This is not even her real website. Um, People are still going in on it. That's just crazy. I don't
Yeah,
understand.
I mean, a lot of them they will reach 12 to 20, and then you'll see the drop. But if you're not in early enough, there's just no point going in for the pittance of it. But as I said, it is nice when you do. Like I had it in, I'm in this private alpha group, and they put in a coin a few weeks back, and the thing is, they put 6 coins one after another, and they said, "Don't ape any of them. I'm just looking." And I just looked at one and went, "That looks nice." I went on it. He went in on the others, and the one I was in actually did really well.
I don't
But yeah,
even. I'm at a point where like I don't even want to be part of any of those groups. I don't want to be
uh,
invited. I don't even want to.
it's like the group that I've got is we've known each other for 5 or 6 years.
Well, that's a little
We've
different, right?
gone through a lot.
I remember earlier this year, so I was in the hospital with my 1-year-old. She's in there for 11 days. Like we were in there for 11 days. And someone literally launched I was asking for prayers, and someone launched a token where they gave her a fake name. They said, "Hey, pray for this guy's daughter." And that was the token. And it shot up like 200K. And they're like, promote this, promote this, promote this. I'm like, no, you're trying to rug based off of my daughter's
I know,
sickness. Like,
right?
I'm
It's
not going to promote
crazy.
anything like that.
I mean, they do go
Disgusting.
for the pets as well. They go for the pets. So if your dog ever comes on, that'll be memed. No.
Yeah.
Don't do it. I'll do it myself. I'm telling you, TJ, if you bring your dog on, I'm going to screenshot.
Well, maybe the Hassan
and
guy
I'll make a coin.
using the shot collar on his dog. I'm sure they made a poke fun of that already.
Oh, really? I didn't know about that.
Well, let's kind of go to questions people listening in have, as we get close to wrapping up here. So D-Men, Greg, he asked, do you think LLMs trained on everything tend to hallucinate when asked about specialized domains? I definitely think so. Based off of training Reactor, Reactor is a very good general model. A lot of these models are really good general models. But if you don't have specific training on a specific topic, it's going to have issues, right? Like if you get a coding model and then you ask it to help with healthcare, clearly there's going to be problems there. So whoever's doing the training needs to look at the domain. They need to look at the specific use cases the model is going to be used for, and go from there. Crypto Audi says, hello, ARC team. Any big things coming for ARC? Yeah, so I hope you're in our Telegram and Discord, just checking out some of the updates I've sent in there. We have a lot of big things pending right now. We have Matrix that is going to release before Christmas, open beta. So you guys will be able to test Matrix. What Matrix is essentially anyone who owns a crypto wallet can have their AI models be ran directly through their wallet. So you don't have to trust anybody. You don't have to trust Elon. You don't have to trust Sam Altman. If you have a crypto wallet and you want to have AI models and you want to be able to use AI and people aren't just stealing your data, you're going to be able to use Matrix and control the AI completely from your wallet with zero backdoors. So you won't have to trust ARC. You won't have to trust anybody. So excited about that, especially with different partnerships and stuff coming along with that. You guys saw Crane yesterday. We're going to keep pushing the envelope forwards. We're going to be releasing that soon. So
Matrix is exciting.
Yeah,
how people need to start waking up, seeing how exciting that is. Do you know? I used to use ChatGPT on a daily basis. I used to ask it every question about my life. I used to use it if I had questions about, oh, why is my missus in a mood? She's just said this. It's very good. But the thing is, it remembers and keeps the data of everything you've ever said. Do you really want that? Do you want it knowing your name, your date of birth? Because you're using it for medical issues. I used it for my son's medical issues. I've used it with legal advice. So many things I've used ChatGPT for. And then I find out, 4 or 5 months, well, it's about 5 or 6 months ago, that they track and keep your data. So that is why I'm extremely bullish about the Matrix. I'll still call it the Matrix. The Matrix.
Well, and privacy matters, right? You should own your AI models. You should own your data. And that's what Matrix provides. It lets you own your AI through your crypto wallet. So just as the proverbial saying of not your keys, not your crypto, right? Not your keys, not your AI. And I hope that Matrix sets that precedent to where people realize we don't own our AI models, but with Matrix, we do, right? It's controlled through our crypto wallet. We hold the keys. So, I mean, just like you guys have seen, like you guys have seen from, us building legitimate tech, like, who else out there is building models that can perform faster than Grok, ChatGPT, provide more concise answers, right? Like, give me a topic right now, Chris. Stop,
Um,
you guys.
look, there's only one that's coming into my head, and ask it the last time Trump mentioned being called daddy.
What?
I don't know why, right? But you know when you've got mind block because I've been asked a question, and then there was actually a documentary on it where it's because your brain is having a block of 10 to 50 words that are repeating, and it won't let you break out of it until you forget it. Crazy.
Well, let's do this. What's the last time Trump said billions and billions of dollars? Something, stupid. Send it to Grok, send it to Reactor, and you have the same level of performance, but we provide links, right?
And it just looks
We
pleasing
have
as well.
27 sources, over double the sources of Grok. So yeah, guys, we're shipping products. We have Reactor, which has just gotten a major improvement. Test that out. But then Matrix coming as well. So one of the things D-Man asked here was, can I monetize my agents? So we definitely want to get to a point where you can do that. If you have built something incredible with AI agents, please DM us. And what we've been doing with people who have built great tech and DMing us is seeing how we can incorporate that in our products as well. So if you made some good use cases, then definitely hit us up with that.
Yeah, and I want to see some memes from everyone. Anyone listening, go meme it. Not your keys, not your AI. And the best one will be rewarded with something.
Yeah, not your keys, not your AI.
Yeah.
I think that's a message that anyone could understand.
That's something we need to start pushing now. I like it.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, that was the it sounds weird because it's my name. That was the TJ Dunham today. Thank you for attending, guys. We covered the CFTC. We covered the trading moon rig. I don't think any of you guys should buy that, even though it's being integrated with TradingView.
I do need a wedding ring though, so
we talked about the market in general, guys. So yeah, anything in the stream that was said isn't financial advice. You get it. But I've been building in this space for years. Chris has been in this space for years. We've been building real utility, with Arc. You can go to arc.ai right now. You can see Reactor. You can see Matrix coming out soon. Stay tuned, guys. We're going to have more guests and be covering more topics. So thanks for showing up.
And see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.